Okay. Uh, this evening, I'm in my compound with my brothers who are the 40 state people. My name is Samwel Apoko, the former MCA Kiworo Ward, who served for the last 2 terms with a distinguished leadership. And I'm a distinguished leader in Gusi land and Kenya. I want to give the remarks with the current leadership of His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto. The history of Kenya in its recent political leadership cannot be discussed without acknowledging the significant role President William Ruto played in supporting the administration of the former President Uhuru Kenyatta between 2013 and 2022. When Uhuru Kenyatta sought the presidency in 2013, William Ruto stood firmly with him. He campaigned for him, he defended him politically, mobilized support for his administration, and remained by his side throughout the 2 terms in office. For a decade, Ruto served as Uhuru's deputy president and was a central figure in his administration. He stood with Uhuru through difficult political moments and helped consolidate support for the government, including at times when the other political leaders had lost confidence in the administration. It is therefore important that the current political difference between the two former partners be approached with maturity. While political competition is a fundamental part of democracy, it should not become a catalyst of division, instability, and violence. Kenya needs peace, unity, political maturity as the country approaches 2027 general election. Since taking office, President William Ruto's administration has pursued a number of flagship programs under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. With the state focus on improving livelihoods, creating employment, and expanding opportunities for ordinary Kenyans. One of the most feasible programs in the affordable housing program, which the government has positioned as both housing and employment initiative. The program seeks to increase access of affordable housing while creating opportunities for young people and workers throughout the construction and related industries. The Astra Fund is another major initiative aimed at expanding access of affordable clothing for individuals, small businesses, and organized groups that have traditionally faced difficulties accessing formal financial services. The program is intended to provide affordable financing and support entrepreneurship at the grassroots level. In agriculture, the administration introduced subsidized fertilizers program as part of the efforts to reduce farmers' production costs and increase agricultural productivity. Affordable farm inputs are particularly important to small-scale farmers who form the backbone of Kenya's agricultural economy. The government has also prioritized roads and transport infrastructure with the projects aimed at improving connectivity, trade, and movement across the country. The Nairobi Nakuru Mau Summit Road corridors is among the major infrastructure projects being pursued, with the potential to improve the connectivity between Nairobi, the Rift Valley, and the western parts of the country while facilitating the movement of the people and goods. The Nyota program is another major intervention targeting youth, young Kenyans. It seeks to provide opportunities through skills development, entrepreneurship, apprenticeships, savings, and enterprise support with the broader objective of helping young people transition into sustainable economic activity. The administration has also pursued various economic stimulus and job creation, including the intervention targeting small and medium-sized enterprises, youth employment, digital opportunities, markets, and enterprise of development. These initiatives are intended to expand economic participation and create opportunities for the Kenyans at the grassroots level. It is against this background of ongoing projects, programs, and the need of the continuity that I have believed President William Ruto deserves the support of the two-term movement as the continuous implementing the development agenda. President Ruto should be given the political space and the stability necessary to focus on the delivering on his promises for the Kenyans. Former President Uhuru Kenyatta, having served for the two constitutional terms, should allow the current administration to discharge its mandate without unnecessary political interference on confrontations. This is not a call for the silencing all political opposition or criticism. Uhuru, Kenyatta, and every other Kenyans retain the democratic right to participate in the political process. However, political differences should not be allowed to delay development, creating instability or dividing the country. At the state of the Kenya's development, the focus should be on allowing the government to work while holding accountable through a democratic institutions and constructive criticism. The two-term movement should therefore be seen as an opportunity for the Kenyans who support the government its development directions to consolidate their voice to give President William Ruto the political goodwill required to advance his agenda. For the Gusii region, this is national political environment calls for the strategic thinking. We should not allow ourselves to remain permanently locked in opposition politics when the constructive engagement with the government can open up doors for development. Governor Simba Arati has demonstrated on an important understanding of his reality through his willingness to engage and work with the President William Ruto and national government. Governor Arati should not be intimidated by naysayers or political critics. His first responsibility is to the people of Kisii and the wider interests of the Gusii community. If the cooperation with the national government can bring roads, water, healthcare, education, agriculture, investment, and employment, and other opportunities to our people, then that engagement should be pursued without apology. Gusii needs influence, not isolation. Our region needs leaders who can sit at the table, negotiate for resources, and ensure that our people benefit from the national programs. Governor Arati, therefore, has an opportunity to position Kisii and the wider Gusii region strategically within the national government is the development agenda. We encourage him to continue engaging President William Ruto while firmly articulating the needs and aspirations of our people of the Gusii land. Supporting the two-term movement under President William Ruto does not mean abandoning our democratic principle. It means recognizing that the strategic political engagement can provide a region with a stronger voice and a greater access to opportunity. Lastly, the political difference between President William Ruto and the former president should not be allowed to push Kenya into unnecessary confrontations. Political alliances will change, all leaders will disagree, and Kenyans will make different choices that are at the ballot. But the country must remain bigger than individual political interests. As we approach 2027 general election, Kenya should debate development records, policies, and leadership priorities rather than allow political rivalry to create hatred, violence, and division. Kenya needs peace, Kenya needs development, Gusii needs strategic influence, and our political must untimely serve the people.